this video, I'd like to go over the content in this section of the course. This is a very important section since we describe the installation of the tools necessary to create, build, and execute C++ programs. We wanted to make this course accessible to as many students as possible who want to learn C++. So, if you're running Microsoft Windows, Mac OS X, or Ubuntu Linux, we have videos detailing the steps necessary to get up and running on your platform. The following section includes videos for installing the C++ compiler and the CodeLite IDE on specific operating systems. Then we show you how to configure CodeLite so that it's using the C++ compiler we just installed. Then we'll go over how to create a default CodeLite project template that you can use when you need to create new C++ projects. This will make it very easy to start new projects quickly since all the required settings will be ready to go. In all the videos, we use a very simple C++ program to test the installations. All the elements of the C++ program will be explained in detail as we progress through the course. In this section, just type in the program and follow along to ensure your installation is complete. In addition to using the CodeLite IDE, we want to be sure that students can learn and build C++ programs even though they may not be able to install an IDE due to hardware limitations. So we created a section that uses just a simple text editor and the command line tools to do just that. If you're unable to use an IDE, then please don't let that stop you from learning C++. You can still use the command line just fine. Finally, we'll look at a few websites that have C++ compilers available that you can use to write and execute basic C++ programs. This has some limitations, but it's great if you're on the road or away from your PC. All you need is a web browser, and you can run much of the code presented in this class. Remember, websites, software versions, and tools change over time. If there are any changes that are important, I'll post the information in the resources section of the specific videos. So if a new version of CodeLite is released and it's different from the previous version, I'll post an update in the resources section explaining how to use the new version. This allows everyone to carry on using the new version while new videos are recorded and uploaded. Okay, so go to the videos that apply to your operating system. We'll get started installing the tools we need to create C++ programs. I'll see you there. Hello everyone, Frank here. This is the video that's going to show you how to install the MinGW64 compiler. I know there's been a lot of trouble with servers and VPNs and firewalls and all kinds of stuff, so hopefully this will help with that. So let's get started. Open up your favorite browser and head over to winlibs.com. This is a library where they've got standalone builds of GCC and MinGW64 for Windows. And once we're here, we want to click the download link right here. And what we're at now is we're at a page where we can download different versions of the compiler. We can download 32-bit or 64-bit versions of the compiler. This depends obviously on the architecture that you've got on your machine. So it's really important that you make sure you got the right one. If you're not sure whether you've got a 32-bit operating system or a 64-bit operating system, it's really easy to tell. Just press the Windows key and type control panel in the search and head over to the control panel and then click on system and security, and then under system view the amount of RAM and processor speed, and that'll display this window. And you can see right here where it says system type, mine says 64-bit operating system x64. Yours might say 32-bit operating system x86. So be sure you've got the right one. I know I've got a 64-bit system, so I'm going to download the 64-bit version of the compiler, which is this one right here, Windows 64, and I'm going to download this zip archive. Don't download these over here on the right, just this one right here, or if you're on a 32-bit system, this one right here. Now, as far as whether it's version 12.2 or 3 or 1 or whatever is out there, just download the latest one. Okay, as of this recording, this is the latest one. So I'm going to click on that and download the zip archive. Now, I've already done that to save some time, and I put it on my desktop. And here it is. Now, what we want to do is we want to extract that zip archive. There's no installer built in. There's no You can't just double click and have this compiler install. What we want to do is just unzip this file, store it in a place, and then update the Windows path. And that's all we need to do and we're done. It's a pretty easy thing to do. So I want to right click on here and I want to select extract all and get rid of all this extra stuff that's in here. All we want to really put in there is C:\\. C:\\. That's it. That's all we want to do here. What's going to happen is this is going to be extracted to a MinGW64 folder right here. Don't put this in program files. Don't put it anywhere else. Just put it right off your C drive. So you can select show extracted files when complete. I'm not. I'm just going to click extract. And this process takes a little while. There's about 7,900 items that it has to extract. So it might take a couple of minutes. I'll speed up the video here just to save a little bit of time. All right, so the process is almost complete. It probably took about 4 minutes on my computer, and we're done. We've unzipped that archive. Now what we want to do is open up File Explorer and go over to your C drive, and you will see a folder called MinGW64. You can see it right here. That's what was just created. And if I double click on there, you'll see the bin folder, the include folder. These are all the folders that the MinGW C++ compiler needs. This is the most important one, the bin folder. That's where all the binaries are. This is where the actual compiler and the linker and the loader and all this good stuff is at. So this is the path that we want to add to Windows so that Windows can find this compiler whenever we need it. So the easiest way to do that is just click on this little folder right here. And there's your path. You can see it's C/MinGW64/bin. I just want to right click on that and copy. And at this point, I want to close down Explorer because I'm done with it. Now what we want to do is we want to set our Windows environment variable. And again, this is really easy to do. So I'm just going to come down to my taskbar and just click the search and type environment. And you can see right here, it says edit the system. Oops, let me try that again. There we go. Edit the system environment variable. So I'm going to select that. And I get this little window that pops up. Let me move this out of the way. There we go. And you'll see this button right here, environment variables. That's what we want to select. And I want to come down to my system variables down here and look for the variable called path. And you can see it right there. And this is the one that we want to edit. So I'm going to select the edit button. And we've got a bunch of stuff in here. Now, it's really important that you don't mess with anything that's in here because that can really cause issues. All we want to do is add a new path variable. So I'm going to select new. And right here, I'm just going to right click and paste what I copied earlier. And now you can see that I've added the MinGW64 bin path to my existing path. Perfect. Click OK. Click OK again. And click OK once more. That's it. Our compiler is installed. We can test it really quickly. Again, I'm going to press the Windows key. And I'm just going to type Command CMD and open up a command prompt window. And you can see it right here. And all we have to do here is type G++ -- version and press enter. And if our compiler is installed correctly, we should get information about the compiler. And there's the information. You can see it's 12.20 was the version we installed. And we're pretty much done installing the compiler. If you type just G++, it'll say something about fatal error, no input files. That's okay. That's a good install. It's just telling you, hey, I don't know what to compile. You haven't provided anything. So if you type G++ and you get this error here, it's okay. It's a normal error. But G++ -- version is what we really want to type to be sure that we've got the same version we installed. Okay, so that's it. That takes care of installing the MinGW64 compiler. In the next video, we'll install CodeLite, and then we'll get CodeLite to talk to this compiler so that CodeLite can use the compiler to compile our source code. I'll see you in the next video. Hello, everyone. In this video, we'll be installing CodeLite. CodeLite is an integrated development environment. What that is basically a piece of software that allows us to enter our code, build our programs, run our programs, test our programs, all in one place. CodeLite is open source, it's free, it's cross-platform, and it works really well. So open up your favorite browser and head over to codelite.org, and you'll see a web page that looks like this. Then you want to click on the download button, and you'll get this page. And if you want to support the developer, please by all means do so. I'm going to click Not Now, continue to the download page. I'm recording this in June of 2023. They just released the CodeLite 17.3.0 build. CodeLite became really unstable in CodeLite 17. So this 17.3 build is pretty good. The only problem is that it changed the way that we build things. So going forward, we're going to use 17.3. Also, if you're downloading this in the future and you see something like 17.5 or 18 or something like that, check the resources section for this video. And a lot of times I'll say, just stick to 17.3. Don't update to 18.0 because you could have bugs in those releases. So I want to install 17.3.0, and I'm going to click the Windows 64 installer here, and that's going to download an executable file that's an installer. Now I've already gone ahead and done that, and I saved it to my desktop, and you can see that right here. Now if I double click this and to install it, you might get something that looks like this. Windows protected your PC. Microsoft Defender does this a lot. And basically what it's saying is, hey, I don't know where this file came from. It's not from the Windows Store. If you get this, that's okay. It's really easy to work around it. What you can do is you right-click on the installer and select Properties. Then in the General tab, you'll see right here, Security, Unblock. If you do that, then you can run the installer with no problem. So I'm going to apply, click OK. Now I'm going to double-click. And I get this little message that pops up that says your app is going to change my device. I want it to, so I'm going to click yes. And here's the installer. There's the license agreement. You can read it and agree to it. I'll accept it. I'll select next. Now, where do we want to install this? I would strongly recommend to not change this. Leave it alone. C program files. CodeLite is a great place to install it. Do not install this on a shared drive. Do not install this on a cloud drive, for example, OneDrive. Don't change these names and start adding really strange symbols and things in there. That's just asking for trouble with builds later on. So select the default, click next, and it says the program CodeLite already exists. Would you like to install to that folder anyway? Yours probably won't say that. Mine is saying it because I already had CodeLite installed. So I'm going to select yes. Give the program a name. I'll select next again. Do you want to create a desktop icon and a quick launch icon? I'll say yes. You don't have to. That's your personal preference. I'll select next. And then I'm going to click install. And it's going to go through the install. It's a pretty quick install. You can just run right through this. Now at this point, we've installed the C++ compiler in the previous video, and now we've installed CodeLite. So we're ready to go. The next step is to configure CodeLite to work with the compiler that we've already installed, and we'll do that in the next video.